talk more about the ongoing strike action in the U.S. and how holiday shoppers could be impacted. I'm joined by William Lee. He's the chief economist at the Milken Institute. William, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Elaine.
Well, what exactly do these employees want? The average person might believe these companies actually have better benefits than most. And Starbucks and Amazon, are they likely to give in to the strike?
Well, it seems like there's an ongoing tension now for labor unions to try to regain their prominence within the labor force. Let's remember that very small share, less than 15% of the U.S. labor force is unionized. And so the Teamsters Union and some of the more powerful unions are feeling that losing their influence on the labor market. And Amazon and Starbucks are two companies who have prided themselves that they're giving workers better benefits than most unionized workers. And the two companies are allowing workers to almost tailor-make their own benefit schedule. And those kind of flexibility options and personalized options that are benefits for workers are things that unions really can't provide, because once they provide something for members, it's provided for all members. So we have an ongoing tension here, and the battle is going on, as you can see, and the unions have chosen a very strategic time to make their strikes most influential on the ongoing negotiations.
Right. Some of these companies are saying they don't see any major impact to their operations just yet. I know I received a couple of Amazon packages at home today. I realize it's in specific parts of the country, but what role do the Teamsters play in U.S. companies? You mentioned some numbers, and what industries make up the majority?
The majority of workers actually are not unionized because companies have learned what kind of benefits workers truly want, and companies have provided them. And now the Teamsters are saying, well, there are issues of worker safety, and we need higher salaries, which is the traditional cry of most unionized, to say that we can get you better wages than you can get yourself. And right now, they're having a hard time demonstrating that to a lot of Amazon workers, because as workers vote for whether or not they want to be unionized, more and more places within Amazon are saying no. The few places they have been able to establish their inroads, this is where they're trying to say, we're going to get even better benefits for the unionized portion of Amazon than the non-unionized portion. And that's where the arguments are going to be about, whether the unions can give so-called better benefits.
Right. I mean, and we all know that Amazon is so huge. It's a global company, and there are so many different parts of Amazon. There's the corporate part. There are the people on the front lines. There are the people that are piecing everything together to get out to folks at their homes. What is Amazon's workforce structure, and does that make it more vulnerable to strikes with so many different components making up that company?
Absolutely. In fact, Elaine, that's a brilliant thing to say, because let's remember, the most profitable part of Amazon is Amazon Web Services. It has nothing to do with labor of deliveries and the heavily employed parts of Amazon. Amazon Web Services is where you have a very high-tech operation that's very capital-intensive, dealing with only highly skilled labor. And those workers are not unionized at all, because those guys can find whatever wages they can anywhere. If Amazon doesn't give it to them, they can find it somewhere else. So that competition really keeps the benefits package very good for the Amazon Web Services worker. But the Amazon warehouse worker is the one that says, well, we're not getting that share of profits that all of Amazon's generating. But let's remember, you can't pay the Amazon warehouse worker out of the profits that are made at Amazon Web Services, because those are separate businesses. And what Amazon's going to do, if you do force them to do that, they'll just separate the companies and have them as separate subsidiaries, which will make workers even worse off. And so I think the unions have a hard time making the case that, oh, these huge profitable companies need to share more of their profits with the workers, because the workers' productivity in the particular sections that they're working are where their wages are coming from. And Amazon is doing its share of raising wages by using more and more robotics. Unfortunately, that also means fewer and fewer people are getting those higher and higher wages. So there's a huge trade-off there, and the unions are saying, no. We want the same number of workers, but pay us much, much more, because you're installing all these machines that are making us more productive. That's a very hard argument to make for management.
And William, we're here on right now, December 23rd. What is the potential impact during this holiday season with Amazon? I mean, I just mentioned that I got a couple of deliveries today, but could this have a wider impact in the days ahead with Amazon and its strike?
in a few areas where the warehouses are unionized, like New York City, yes, they will probably delay deliveries, and a lot of people will not get their Christmas presents. But I think people are going to say, you know, I blame the Teamsters for this and not Amazon. And I think they're going to have to watch themselves that the PR that comes out of this may actually go against unionizing these places, because the places that are not unionized are getting the deliveries done very, very well and very, very effectively. So unions have to watch out that the PR that comes out of this doesn't work against them.